Hi everyone. Hi Mom. I'm finished. Yeah, I'm finished. I'm so happy I'm finished. It was definitely a labor of love. I originally this was going to be for a swap, but I'm going to hold off on that swap for a while, and because I checked my subscribers and I'm at 3,100 subscribers. So, oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera. So it's time for a giveaway. And I think this is what I'm going to give away. If I get the right responses. You might not like it. Who knows? Anyway, I'll decide on that later, but I want to show you the book. Like I said before, in the sneak peek, this is done from a cake box, and then I attached a corrugated card, did a whole bunch of different techniques to it. Sorry, I'm picking off glue strings. Added the button, which I didn't have before. I definitely needed a closure. I literally had to remove one whole signature because I could not get it in at all. I added this rosette trim, so I did add some paper, and it's just a cut off of the Love is Chic. I had a little piece left over. Why is that stuck? A little piece left over, and so I put that on the spine to cover up the thread. Not that you'd see it with the rosettes on there, but it just looked more finished to me. And then I added an eyelet on the back, which is how I attached the seam binding, and literally sewed the button on through two, you'll see inside here, provided it doesn't go boing. It's really big. I'll try and get to the first page here. Yeah, here we go. So you can see I had two eyelets that I added here, and I sewed right through the eyelets, so it's nice and strong. It won't rip through the cardboard. This is from the Love is Chic as well. Excuse me. My allergies have started. So coffee dyed everything, and used, I think it's my Mind's Eye paper collection, the great big, I don't know, 300 sheets of paper in the stack or something ridiculous. I don't feel like I've used any of it, and yet I have used a lot of it. So here we go. I did show you guys this first one, but I added a few things to it. So we'll just do a fairly quick flip through, just so you can see. So here's a journaling spot. I did use staples on the end as well. I just wanted to make sure that the ends, because it's parchment, and parchment really doesn't like a lot of things, glue being one of them. So I did use tacky glue, but I also stapled it just to make sure it wouldn't come apart. And then I added one of my paper clips on this side. Now this one I had done up, and then I sprayed it with some coffee because I didn't like the color of the blue. Here's one of the postcards, and I did do the lines on the back. And I think I showed you that, yes, and some stationery. So you'll see a lot of that. It's just coffee stained. You'll see a lot of stationery this time, and a lot of tabs, a lot of stamping. So that's kind of my norm. The stamping is, in the tags. I only actually did one tag in this particular book. I did some sewing this time. Another postcard. And lots of butterflies, because, that's how I roll. And this is layered. It's the same one. I've just sort of offset it and, layered it on two different colors. And then this heart is a Spellbinders. And then more layering. This is a punch I have that I hardly ever use. I forget I have it, but I really like it. And so I just layered, a bunch of hearts, and then I embossed the butterfly. Let's see if we can telephoto in a little bit. Maybe that'll So you can see all of the details a little better. There's the cluster of the flowers with the journaling cards from Irene. And then this is how I did the center. So you can't see the stitching. This is where the stitching would be. And inside I've done another stationery, just a lot of coffee staining and edge punching. So it was, you know, sewn in, and then I glued up the sides so it covers up the stitching, which I quite like. And again, you know, lots of stamping, some washi. I did some stenciling. And then more stationery. I think I showed you that one. And, yep, more layering. That's a little envelope for those people who haven't seen this video yet. Or the first video, I should say. And then another banner with some more stamping and embossing. And then more stitching. I love this lace. I keep forgetting I have it. Another postcard. This one, yes, this is the lines on the back here. That's from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Debbie Ann had posted on her blog another free download, and it's like a full sheet. You can print it out 8.5 by 11. And so I just, you know, there were 4 postcards on the paper, so then I flipped it over and just printed the entire sheet and then just cut the postcards out, so they all end up with lines on them. More stamping and banners and birds and more stationery with another little stationery and postcards. It's not really a postcard, it is just paper, but it looks like a postcard now. And this is a tuck spot in here as well, you know. Doilies, and that's signature 1. Okay, so signature 2 you haven't seen yet. So this is one of those little jelly bean bags. I have a memory box bird. There's a little doily back there, and then layered some lace and ribbon, and another one of those little cut-aparts that Irene had given me. And then this is just the cut-off of this paper here. It already had the lines on it, so I just coffee stained it. I tried to use up all, and I mean all, of the scraps. I didn't 100% succeed, but I did use a lot of it up, so I'm very happy about that. This again was the end of one of the papers, and I loved this part of it, and I couldn't get it into the signature, so I glued them back to back, and then I stamped on this one. Coffee stained them up. A lot of, you know, layering of flowers that I've had forever. This is one of those Michael's Craft doilies that I sprayed with Lindy's. This was a Pinterest download, and then another postcard. More stamping. Sorry if I keep hitting the tripod. There's the other piece from the cutoff of the paper. This is on a scrap of that corrugated that I used on the front. Another Pinterest download. And then this is just some lace that Lisa, Maggie 2005 Cupcake, had given to me. And then I put a little bit of eyelash trim behind this dollar store trim. This one says Dream. And then this is just a little piece of, you know, leftover paper. Great way to use up your paper, though. And then I did a little bit of layering here. There's 3, and I think they're memory box as well, the banners. So I just stacked them one on top of the other with one of my little crocheted flowers and some eyelash trim. And this was just a leftover piece of that Prima paper. And coffee stained it, added the flower and some bling that, oh my, you should see, I have an entire drawer of bling. It is crazy. So I'm trying really hard to use up everything and give away a bunch of stuff. And there's another bird. And I folded up one of those parchment doilies that I had done. Let's see if you can see it here. there. Folded it in 4 and then added some trim that I coffee stained. I don't know, is it better if I zoom out? Like I'm gonna hear you answer me, but okay, more layering with, you know, this is a memory box one, and this is that paper I told you Irene had given me. I just stamped on the back and cut it down so it looks more like a postcard. Oh, and then I stenciled 2 different stencils there. And another postcard. I told you, this is a really chunky book. It's going to be, I think it might be hard to write in. I don't know. I hope not. But anyway. I love that it's fat, but it might be hard to use. I don't know. I guess if you're determined enough, it'll be fine. And then I ended up taking that card out and putting another piece of the leftover paper that I had. I felt that was more important to use that up than, you know, a card that I can use anywhere, right? Okay, so this is a piece of paper that doubled up scrap and made the belly band stitched on it, and then used this piece as the stationery, and then just stuck the butterfly there so it has a harder time falling out. Some more stamping and washi, and there's the other envelope, and it also has stationery in it. That's the pink one. This one's pretty paper. And then I did another banner. I quite liked the banners, so I just put a couple of little birds there. And more stamping, more parchment. Another one of the pieces of paper I had. That one really coffee stained. And then I stenciled the doilies. Another postcard, layered some parchment, some, you know, cut out leftover paper. Everything's leftovers. And, you know, just tried to use it all up. This is a little tuck spot here. And then this one is butterfly, one of those tab things that I cut out with the key I had done in, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there we go. It's the enamel. And then dated. And this butterfly, of course, covers up the wings of the other butterfly on that side. And then another butterfly. Look at that. Tuck spot. And this is done with a parchment doily and also a scrap piece of paper. And then I just layered, you know, organza and trim and put some more stationery in there. And there's the back side of that. And then this one's just stamped on. Doily. And that's it. That's the book. It's my chunky monkey. Yeah, it's pretty big. I do like the way that it turned out. I wished I could have got, you know, the last one in, but I ended up, you know, putting this, oh geez, what's it called? Seam binding. Hello. And yeah, it does keep it closed, and it's easy to put on too. It's not difficult to put on, and I think that'll keep it nice and closed, and it's a pretty sturdy book. So whoever gets it, I hope they like it, and do a lot of writing in it, and a lot of memories go in there. And you know, like, you don't have to keep all of the papers and stuff in there either. If that's not your thing, you can always remove them, but there's lots of trims. And this totally is inspired by Denise Sayers, and you know, she's just an awesome artist. I love her work, and I can't wait to get my book from her. I'm so excited about that. Anyway, she really does inspire me quite a lot, and you know, helps me think outside the box. And I think everybody needs those refreshers, those reminders, those, you know, little nudges. Oh yeah, you haven't tried this, try it this way, you know. And just adding the fibers alone, to me, makes a huge difference. I love the way that looks. You know, having this out, I think it just kind of, it's pretty. Like, it's just something you like to look at as you walk by. And it says open me, you know? That's my feeling anyway. So we'll talk more. Like I said, I think I'll wait until after my trip. I have 61 days left. Not that I'm counting. And then I'm off for, well, I won't be posting probably for a month. So watch the reruns. What else can I tell you, right? Yeah. So we'll talk after that. And you can fire off some suggestions to me. You know, you guys all know I read every single post. If I do not answer you, it's because I cannot answer you. There's a lot of people out there who comment on another comment, and they, for some reason, don't have a reply button, so I can't answer their comment. And I really want to, but I can't. And that's why they probably have some sort of privacy setting on their YouTube channel, and it doesn't allow people to answer them, which is really sad, because sometimes they ask me a question and it looks like I'm ignoring them, and I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I check multiple times throughout the day on my channel because I don't want to get backed up on answering people or miss somebody. So you know, if you really, really want to get a hold of me and really need to ask me a question, private message me. I do read them. I don't read them like all the time, because sometimes YouTube doesn't send the email telling me I have a private message. But I randomly check, like every couple of days, I'll check to see if I have messages. So if you don't hear from me like immediately, then that's probably why. But I do check my messages now to make sure that one hasn't gotten missed. So I think that's all I can tell you. I probably won't post anything else today. I've tidied up my work area. I'm very happy about that. And kind of reorganized it yet again. And I've been printing out a lot of digital kits. And I think I want to start something with those. But I really need to get a letter or two written, so... we'll see how the weekend goes for me. I think I might try and do a bunch of smaller, like, oh man, my words aren't coming today. Single signatures as little books, you know, like I did with my travel planner and things like that. I love that size, and they work up quicker for me. So my son suggested I start selling my stuff, you know, but... it's very hard to put a price tag on what you do, and I really don't want the joy of crafting to disappear for me. And if things become stressful and pressured, then that's what will happen, and then I won't do it at all. So at this point, I'm not really selling anything, and you guys know I give a lot of stuff away. So right now I'm going to stick with that. I've had a number of interest from people wanting me to sign up with YouTube and start to make money from the channel. But yeah, I don't even want to do that, to be honest with you. It's just too much stress. I don't need that right now. I need to just get through this year, and when I'm retired, things will, I'm sure, change. But for now, I'm happy with the way things are. You know, I'm enjoying doing one-on-one swaps with people. But even those I'm slowing down on. Postage is like crazy expensive. So anyway, if there's something that you really want to see me do, leave a comment, because, you know, give me some suggestions. I would love to do that. That's all I've got to say. It's 20 minutes I've been talking, and I'm tired. So... and you're tired of listening to me. So have an awesome weekend, you guys, and hopefully we'll talk maybe within the next couple of days. I might have another small project to share. Okay, that's it. Bye.